So, hi guys, for today's video, I will explain about the chain of infection. So, what is chain of infection? More specifically, transmission occurs when the agent leaves its reservoir or host through a portal of exit. It's conveyed by some mode of transmission and enters through an appropriate portal of entry to infect a susceptible host. This sequence is sometimes called the chain of infection. So I will add more about chain of infection. The spread of an infection within community is described as a chain, several connected steps that describe how pathogen moves about. Infection control and contact tracing are meant to break the chain, preventing a pathogen from spreading emerging infectious disease. Are those who incidence in humans has increased in the past 2 decades or are a threat to increase in the near future. This disease, which can rapidly cross national boundaries and communities, may challenge the ability of public health system to prevent and control the spread of the disease, especially in resource-limited countries and regions. The spread of infection can be described as a chain with 6 links. Number 1, infectious agent, pathogen. 2, reservoir, the normal location of the pathogen. 3rd, portal of exit from the reservoir. 4, mode of transmission. 5, portal of entry into a host. 6 is a susceptible host. That is the 6 links of the chain of infection. So what do we mean by infectious agents? Well, infectious agents are organisms that are capable of producing infection or infectious disease. They include bacteria, fungi, viruses, and parasites. So, the reservoir of an infectious agent is the habitat in which the agent normally lives, grows, and multiplies. Reservoirs include humans, animals, and the environment. The reservoir may or may not be the source from which an agent is transferred.
Portal of exit is the path by which a pathogen leaves its host. The portal of exit usually corresponds to the site where the pathogen is localized. The mode of transmission can include direct contact droplets, a vector such as mosquito, a vehicle such as food, or the airborne route. The susceptible host has multiple portals of entry such as the mouth or a syringe. The portal of entry refers to the manner in which a pathogen enters a susceptible host. The portal of entry must provide access to tissues in which the pathogen can multiply or a toxin can act. Often, infectious agents use the same portal to enter a new host that they use to exit the source host.
Host. The final link in the chain of infection is a susceptible host. Susceptibility of a host depends on genetic or constitutional factors, specific immunity, and non-specific factors that affect an individual's ability to resist infection or to limit pathogenicity. What is direct and indirect contact? First, contact transmission is the most common form of transmitting disease and virus. There are 2 types of contact transmission, direct and indirect contact. Direct contact transmission occurs when there is a physical contact between an infected person and a susceptible person. And indirect contact transmission occurs when there is no direct human-to-human contact. Contact occurs from a reservoir to contaminated surfaces or objects, or to vectors such as mosquitoes, flies, mites, fleas, ticks, rodents, or dogs. So, how the infection is being spread? So, direct contact infections spread when disease-causing microorganisms pass from the infected person to the healthy person via direct physical contact with blood, or body fluids. Example of direct contact are touching, kissing, sexual contact, contact with oral secretions, or contact with body lesions. Indirect contact infection spreads when an infected person sneezes or coughs, sending infectious droplets into the air. If healthy person inhales the infectious droplets, or if the contaminated droplets land directly in their eyes, nose, or mouth, they risk becoming ill. Droplets generally travel between 3 and 6 feet and land on surfaces or objects including tables, doorknobs, and telephones. Healthy people touch the contaminated objects with their hands and then touch their eyes, nose, or mouth. So, how do we break the chain of infection? Well, break the chain by cleaning your hands frequently, staying up to date on your vaccines, including the flu shot, covering coughs and sneezes, and staying home when sick. Following the rules of standard and contact isolation, using personal protective equipment the right way, cleaning and disinfecting the environment. So, what do we mean by common communicable disease? Common communicable disease, also known as infection disease or transmissible disease, are illness that result from the infection, presence, and growth causing disease. Biologic agents in an individual human or other animal host. So, what are the examples of common infectious disease? So, some examples of the communicable disease includes HIV, hepatitis A, B, and C, measles, salmonella, measles, and blood-borne illness. Most common forms of spread include fecal, oral, or food sexual intercourse, insect bites, contact with contaminated formite droplets, or skin contact. So, what are the personal responsibilities and healthy practices in the prevention and control of infectious disease? 1. Handle and prepare food safe. 2. Wash hands often. 3. Clean and disinfect commonly used surfaces. 4. Coughs and sneeze into your sleeves. 5. Don't share personal items. 6. Get vaccinated. 7. Avoid touching wild animals. 8. Stay home when sick. So, who is the agency responsible for prevention and control of communicable disease? The responsible of that is Disease Prevention and Control Bureau. What is the meaning of to lead and synchronize all efforts in disease prevention and control towards healthy families and communities through good governance, dynamic partnership, and shared values. So this is the end of my vlog. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening.